Hey everyone, today we're going to be talking about installing the +0 magazine extensions for the Glock magazines and Glock pistol line, as well as Glock equivalents. So the first thing you're going to want to do when you're going to be working on your weapon, cleaning it, taking it anywhere, doing anything with it, as soon as you go to pick it up, make sure it's pointed away from you. Then go ahead and press the magazine release button. I'm a right-handed shooter, so it's going to be on this side. Press that button, make sure the magazine comes out. Check that magazine. If there's bullets in this, you go ahead and take the bullets out if you're going to need the magazine for whatever you're doing, or set this aside on a different table, in a different room, in a different area. You never want to have live ammunition around your weapon when you're working on it, because that could lead to an accidental discharge, and you only have to get shot once to die. So be very careful. Take this out, set it aside. Next step, just because the magazine's out does not mean that this gun is safe yet. There could be a bullet in the chamber. So what you want to do is pull this back, and typically we want to pull this back a few times, all the way back at least 3 times. Practice this every time. So when you pick up that gun, magazine out, pull this back 3 times. After you've pulled it back 3 times, use your slide stop lever here, push it up and pull it all the way back, which is easier to do if you're left-handed. So now that it's open, what you're looking for here is you're gonna visually inspect inside this hole. You're gonna look in it, say, you know what, the magazine's not in there. Now this might seem a little silly and redundant, but it's important, because if you press the release and your magazine, say, sticks, and you're in a hurry, you don't look, you might not notice that it's still in there. Always look visually, and then look down the barrel towards the chamber and make sure it's empty. Finally, reach with your little pinky finger and reach in there and make sure it feels empty and there's nothing in there. Reach all the way down in here, double check, do it again, and then you can let it forward, empty it again. Now your gun is empty and safe. So practice that every single time you approach any firearm. No matter where you're at, what you're doing, if you think you put it away in a safe place last time, you know it's empty, doesn't matter. Always do these steps to make sure you're always going to be safe. Right. So we're going to install this +0 magazine extension for the Glock pistol magazines. Now, the +0 is designed to not add any capacity to your magazine. So if you're in a regulated state where your magazine, for example, only has 10 rounds, you're not allowed to add more ammunition to it. But sometimes you might want this extended so that you can actually get a better grip on it, and the weight of it helps for the magazine to drop. So what I mean by that is sometimes when you've got your magazine in, and if you have a flared magwell, you can't quite reach the bottom of a standard magazine. Other times, if your magazine is tilted when you press the eject, it might not come out all the way. So a magazine extension is very popular, and quite honestly, once you get yourself a magazine extension, you're going to get it for all your magazines. It's a really great product, and you're going to enjoy it. So the installation for the +0 is a little different from the +5. If you have a +5 extension, go check out that video. This one's for the +0. So let's get going. The tools you need, Allen wrench and a magazine base plate removal tool. You don't need the base plate removal tool, but I will tell you it makes it 1,000 times easier, and you'll be happy you bought it. I mean, it's like 10 bucks. Great one to keep in your toolkit. So first I'm going to explain how to get this thing off if you don't have this. It's tricky as heck. You're going to have to press down with any tool you've got. You can use the Allen wrench if you got it. And when you're pressing down, you also have to push this base plate forward, just like that. But the tricky part is, we've already done it on this magazine. There are 2 little wings on the plastic of the magazine right here and right here. And those little wings lock this base plate in. So initially, if you've never taken the base plate off, this tool makes it really convenient, because you take the tool, you insert this little boss here into the circle on the top, just like that. And then you basically just push down and it'll get it out. Especially convenient on brand new mags where you haven't taken the base plate off. So you've got this loose. Important thing to remember, if you just push it off fast, the spring's gonna come out and hit you in the eyes. So maybe point it in a way that's not at your face and slowly slide this base plate off. And as you slide it off, use your other thumb to cover. So while you're doing this, you're gonna catch the spring and the base plate that's in here. So there we go. This is what's inside your magazine. It's a spring follower. So what we're gonna do now that we've got this set up, we can set our base plate aside. We're not gonna need it anymore. We're replacing it with the extension. So we'll just set that aside. And now we're gonna put our +0 extension on. It already comes with a screw and a washer and some Loctite on it. You wanna unscrew the screw, removing the screw. So now that we've removed the screw from the back of here, we're about to install it. We're gonna grab our locking plate here that goes in our magazine, and we're gonna put this over the spring, and then we're gonna push it in, and then hold it down with our finger, like this. And while it's held down, we're gonna take our extension and slide it from front to back on the magazine, just like that. And you can push it about halfway, and once you're about halfway, it'll be held on there, and everything will be good to go. Now that you've got it to this position, sometimes it's a little easier to set it on the table and then push, or set it forward and push like this, and you'll hear it click. It'll click into place, just like that. Once it's clicked into place, go ahead and get your Allen wrench, your screw, and your washer. It's important to use the washer as well. The washer helps keep this set on the back. And you simply line that up, twist it on, and keep twisting all the way until it's nice and tight. And there you are, it's installed. Now you're gonna see a big difference when you put it in, because now you have all this meat to grab onto. Another nice factor of our extensions is that they actually have the most grip out of any extension on the market. Not only are they CNC aluminum, but when you actually feel them, there is a steady, sharp ridge that you can really grip onto. And watch when you hit the magazine release, pops right out. Even at an angle, pops right out. So that's how you install this. An important note is, let's do the uninstall, because sometimes people need to change things. Maybe you want to change your color. Maybe you want to swap it out for something different. So in order to do that, the uninstallation method is a little different than the installation, in that when you unscrew this, take your screw all the way off, and take your washer off. Try not to lose them if you want to use it again. Now, you can't just slide it back and off, because there is a locking plate inside here. So what you're gonna have to do is push a rod into the base of this. You can just go ahead and push down, and you can feel it push down, and then slide with your finger like this. I'll do it one more time. It's locked in, push down, and slide forward. So now it's ready to come off. Remember, when you're taking this off, cover the bottom with your thumb and point it in a way not towards your face, so that when this comes off, the spring wants to pop out. So now you've got this off, you've gotten this off, and from here you can either install a different color or do whatever you're planning. So that's how you take it apart. Thank you so much for supporting Cross Armory. You guys have an awesome day.